afternoon and welcome to the Rundown. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and here are some of your top stories for today, the 19th of October. The Senate pivots to COVID stimulus vote after Mitch McConnell misjudges the Supreme Court push. It turns out not even a shiny Supreme Court supermajority can hide the problems that Trump's party has caused Americans. And the Texas State University stops their diversity training programs after Trump threatens to cut the federal funding. And black police officers break with their unions over Trump endorsements. A crowd-surfing Democrat tries to stir up black support for Trump. Diddy calls for black people to own our politics. Launches a black political party. The number one priority of this group is to get Trump out of office. Atlanta man arrested and charged with the murder in connection with the fatal shooting of Thomas Jefferson Byrd. Let's get to the news. Senator Mitch McConnell got it wrong yet again, and this time it could cost him his Senate majority. Republicans initially thought that a fast-tracked appointment of a conservative justice would help them in the battleground states. After all, nothing rallies a conservative base like a Supreme Court appointment. However, given the likelihood of the confirmation, the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing to confirm Judge Amy Coney Barrett turned out to be fairly uneventful and relatively drama-free. Most importantly, for Democrats, it has not allowed them to take away America's focus off of the coronavirus. The reality is that in the battleground states, the virus has not gone away, and there are spikes across the Midwest and elsewhere. Suddenly, McConnell is interested in passing some kind of COVID-19 relief package yet again. That is, the majority leader would realize the political importance of this pivot isn't surprising. Senator Ron Johnson, Republican out of Wisconsin, who recently tested positive for COVID-19, said that he would wear a moon suit to the Senate so he could vote to confirm Barrett as a Supreme Court justice. It was a joke, which he claimed was full of humor and empathy. Recently, Wisconsin has experienced a spike in coronavirus cases, ranking fourth in the nation for new coronavirus cases, according to a 7-day average from the Coronavirus or COVID Tracking Project. Hospitalizations and death have rapidly risen since September. To date, close to 170,000 people in Johnson's home state have tested positive, and over 1,500 have died. Johnson is not facing re-election this November, which is why he may be turning a blind eye towards the crisis unfolding under his nose. Among those who can't turn away from the impact of COVID-19 is Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican out of South Carolina, and also the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. At one point, he probably thought his oversized role in the Supreme Court nomination process would help push him over the top in a tough re-election fight. However, in a recent Quinnipiac University poll, he has him tied with his opponent, the former state Democratic Party chairman, Jamie Harrison. In fact, Graham is getting so concerned about re-election that he backed away from the president after President Donald Trump tweeted that he had ended negotiations on the COVID-19 relief package. Graham tweeted, "Time to come together to help Americans deal with COVID as we move forward to a vaccine." The Texas Tribune reports that Texas State University announced that it would freeze its diversity training program as it tries to make sense of the president's executive order. The order places a ban on training that is divisive and anti-American. The university's facilities and faculty and staff members were informed of the change in October by email from the president of the university. The Texas State University received federal dollars in various capacities, including to support pre-college students and college students via Pell Grants, and other faculties via scores of federal grants. The president of the university said, "We do not want to jeopardize this critical financial support that so many of our communities rely upon." In a follow-up email, the president wrote that the students at the university receive over $260 million in federal financial aid this year alone. Prior to the order, the Texas State University provided year-round diversity training to faculty that included conversations around microaggression and unconscious bias. Other universities in Texas, such as the University of Texas at Austin and Texas Tech, are receiving the order to ensure they're in compliance, but they have not suspended their diversity training programs. On a national level, the university in Iowa has also suspended its diversity training as a result of the order. Police unions nationwide have largely supported President Donald Trump's re-election campaign amidst demonstrations over police brutality and accusations of systematic racism. But a number of black law enforcement officers are speaking out against those endorsements, saying their concern over the entering of a 2020 political fray were ignored. Trump has taunted his support for the law enforcement community, which includes endorsements from the national, city, and state officers' unions, some of which publicly endorsed a political candidate for the first time. He's running on what he calls a law and order platform and tapping into a strain of anger and frustration felt by law enforcement, who believe that they are being unfairly accused of racial discrimination. There are more than 8,000 law enforcement agencies in the United States, with large departments holding sway nationally. The number of minority officers in policing has more than doubled in the past 3 decades, but many departments still have a smaller percentage of black and Hispanic officers compared to the percentages of the general population those communities make up. When Vernon Jones, a Democratic state representative from Georgia, crossed party lines to deliver a passionate endorsement speech of President Donald Trump at the Republican National Convention, the party greeted him like a rock star, and now comes evidence that the label has gone to the representative's head. At a Trump rally in Macon, Georgia on Friday night, Jones launched into an ill-advised and dangerous crowd surf. Thumbs raised and not wearing masks, the 59-year-old lawmaker launched himself into a mostly maskless audience, riding a sea of red mega hats packed tightly together. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says that social distancing guidelines, the grinning Jones passing overheads from deplorable, to use a term for Trump supporters, Jones cited in a tweet defending the stunt. "Yes, I surfed that crowd," Jones wrote. "To the haters, stay mad. You'll be even more mad come November the 3rd. On social media, reaction was swift and brutal. One Twitter user dubbed Jones Captain COVID. Another denounced him as an idiot and a loser, living in a fairy tale land. Republicans hope Jones, who was the first elected to the Georgia State House back in 1992, can help shore up the black Republican vote in his state. Trump won Georgia from Hillary Clinton by more than 5 points in 2016, but recent polls show that President is trailing former Vice President Joe Biden by almost 1.5 points. Hey, this is Captivating Christian here to remind you to tune in to Politics and Wellness every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Politics and Wellness every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And be sure to join Jay Wilson, Rebel Son, The Official Campaign, Conscious TV, and Captivating Christian this and every Thursday at 6:45 Central Standard Time, 7:45 Eastern Standard Time for the Gentleman's Panel, where we are not afraid to go there and discuss an array of topics. See you there. With less than 3 weeks before the 2020 general election, rapper P. Diddy, or otherwise known as Diddy, announced on Friday that he has joined forces with a group of elected officials and activists in launching a black political party. The hip-hop mogul, who has been critical of the Democratic Party, has endorsed the Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, but he also urged voters to hold Biden accountable and delivered a passionate rebuke of President Donald Trump. The hip-hop star's comment on holding the vote hostage appeared to reference comments he made in April during an appearance with Naomi Campbell's website, No Filter with Naomi, where he said that Biden has not yet earned his vote. This idea was also expressed by Ice Cube as he defended advising the Trump campaign on the administration's plan for Black America. The hip-hop legend urged politicians to sign on to his contract with Black America, a plan to uplift Black Americans. The fatal shooting of beloved actor Thomas Jefferson Byrd shocked fans and peers alike when it was announced earlier this month. The actor, who was mostly known for acting in an array of Spike Lee films, died in Atlanta at the age of 70. Now it looks like there's a lead suspect involved in the fatal shooting that stemmed from an argument, resulting in Byrd being shot in the back. Police recovered a spent rifle round near Byrd's body at the crime scene. Following up on evidence and tips, investigators say that they have identified the suspect in the case as 30-year-old Antonio Demise Rhymes, Warrants were issued for his arrest Wednesday, and he was taken into custody early Friday morning at the Royal Oaks Apartments along North Camp Creek Parkway, the Atlanta police report. He has also been arrested at least 5 other times in Fulton since 2007. Online jail records show that his previous charges included armed robbery, aggressive assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, and hijacking a motor vehicle, among others. Earlier this month, investigators announced a $10,000 reward for information leading to the suspect's arrest. Lee recently launched a GoFundMe for Byrd's children, which have been surpassed its goal of $100,000. A memorial service was held for the late actor on Tuesday at the Hillside International Truth Center in Atlanta, and it was streamed online. Once again, thank you for watching CCN Midday News. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit that notification